While the promise of artificial intelligence often fills us with hope, it's crucial to acknowledge the serious concerns many prominent experts hold about its trajectory. The future of AI isn't solely a narrative of progress. It also involves a complex mix of potential risks and unsettling possibilities. We'll take a closer look at the most prominent warnings from those deeply embedded in AI research and development. The most immediately pressing and widely discussed concern in public discourse about AI's future is job displacement, a topic we explored in detail in the ethics lesson. In contrast, the first video in this series, Bright Perspectives, presented an alternative viewpoint from leading AI advocates who argue that AI will empower rather than replace human workers. In this video, we turn our attention to other critical concerns surrounding the rapid evolution of AI. Few warnings have resonated as powerfully as that from the late Stephen Hawking. He cautioned the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. Hawking profoundly feared that once AI surpasses human intelligence, it could become uncontrollable and pose an existential risk to our very species. Even the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, has expressed deep regret over his contributions to the field. He famously resigned from Google to speak freely about AI's dangers, voicing concerns that AI systems might soon surpass human intelligence and that their rapid, unchecked development could lead to unforeseen and significant risks. Hinton delivers a stark warning and doesn't hold back in his words, comparing the existential threat from machines taking over to the threat of nuclear war. He reminds us that humanity successfully collaborated to prevent the widespread use of nuclear weapons, and he suggests this is the time the world must consolidate to take AI development under control and avert this new, profound danger. One of the most alarming predictions, especially in light of these warnings, involves the potential loss of human agency and control over decision-making. As AI systems become increasingly advanced and are adopted in high-stakes domains such as healthcare, law enforcement, finance, and governance, there's a growing fear that humans may relinquish too much authority to algorithms. This includes several critical facets. Many AI systems, especially those using deep learning, operate with non-transparent decision-making. They're not easily interpretable, raising fundamental questions about accountability and openness. There's also the risk of over-reliance on AI judgments, where institutions and individuals might start trusting AI outputs without sufficient oversight, even in high-stakes scenarios. Most concerning is the potential for automation of moral or ethical decisions, where AI could be used to make critical judgments about a person's future, such as employment opportunities or access to medical care, without human oversight. These are decisions that inherently demand human judgment, compassion, and a nuanced understanding of individual circumstances. Experts like Shoshana Zuboff, Kate Crawford, and Frank Pasquale warn forcefully about these risks, emphasizing that we need to maintain meaningful human oversight to preserve democratic values, fairness, and personal autonomy. And this is already happening today. In Australia, about 30% of organizations now use AI in hiring. A recent study by Dr. Natalie Sheard at the University of Melbourne found that voice and video interviewing, powered by AI-based speech-to-text transcription, can discriminate against non-native English speakers and people with speech-affecting disabilities. Transcription error rates jump from under 10% for American English speakers to as high as 22% for others, leading to potential misjudgments during evaluation. While in cases like this, the original audio may still be available to human reviewers, potentially allowing them to override transcription errors, many AI-driven hiring tools also use automated scoring systems that lack transparency or recourse. Even more troubling, decisions are made without transparency or recourse. Recruiters often cannot explain why a candidate was rejected, because they don't know themselves. Another major concern is that AI systems can reinforce existing societal issues such as bias, discrimination, and the spread of misinformation. These challenges are not merely theoretical, they have already emerged in real-world AI applications. from facial recognition systems misidentifying people of color, to biased hiring algorithms, to recommendation engines that promote conspiracy theories and divisive content. Perhaps even more troubling is AI's role in the polarization of society. Social media algorithms, driven by engagement metrics like clicks, shares, and comments, often prioritize sensational, emotionally charged, and polarizing content, fueling echo chambers, spreading disinformation, and eroding public trust. This can weaken democratic discourse, escalate cultural divisions, and increase the risk of radicalization and social fragmentation. Professors Brent Mittelstadt and Sandra Wachter from the Oxford Internet Institute emphasized that these dangers are neither speculative nor futuristic. In their research, they make clear that AI is already actively reinforcing these societal harms, and that the window for effective intervention is rapidly closing. They warn that without robust regulatory frameworks, ethical oversight, and a commitment to fairness and transparency, we risk cementing these inequalities into the very structure of our technological systems. Given the accelerating social harms and narrowing window for action, the push for meaningful human oversight becomes even more urgent. Addressing AI-driven polarization and discrimination requires not just technical fixes, but also a societal reckoning with how we design, deploy, and govern these powerful tools, ensuring they serve the public good rather than entrench existing divides. Perhaps the most deeply concerning and alarming threat is the potential for AI systems to be used for malicious purposes, ranging from sophisticated cyber attacks and large-scale misinformation campaigns to the creation of dangerous substances. The accessibility and scalability of AI make these threats especially serious and challenging to control. A troubling study led by Professor Leo Roca and Dr. Michael Fire at Ben-Gurion University revealed that most AI chatbots could be jailbroken to bypass safety controls, enabling them to dispense dangerous and illegal information. Furthermore, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak warned that AI could make scams harder to detect, stating, "AI is so intelligent, it's open to the bad players, the ones that want to trick you about who they are." This underscores the urgent need for tighter data screening and more robust safety measures. Beyond the societal and existential concerns, the rapid expansion of AI development presents a growing environmental threat. The training and operation of advanced AI models, particularly deep learning systems, demand enormous computational power, resulting in substantial carbon emissions and heightened water usage for cooling data centers. This intensive consumption of resources places considerable strain on the environment, raising urgent questions about the sustainability of AI's current trajectory. Finally, the AI Now Institute has raised alarms about the concentration of power within the AI landscape. They reported that the rapid acceleration of AI development is currently dominated by a handful of powerful tech companies, often occurring with limited oversight. This raises serious concerns about concentrated corporate power and the broader societal implications of AI deployment, especially if it proceeds without adequate public or governmental checks and balances. These are only a few of the key concerns leading experts have voiced about AI's future. Recognizing these potential risks isn't meant to stall innovation, but to guide it, ensuring that, as we move forward, we do so thoughtfully, responsibly, and with humanity's long-term well-being in mind. The decisions we make today will fundamentally shape the world we live in tomorrow. Now that you've explored both the bright and dark possibilities of AI's future, let's take a moment to reflect. Not to retreat from those visions, but to consider how we move forward. In our final video, we'll explore a practical and proactive path, one that builds on these insights and focuses on shaping AI in service of the public good.